Clemson's new basketball transfer. Well, not really new. He came back in May, but we just didn't have a chance to get to him because we had so many things going on in May with football. But we wanted to kind of double back and not neglect our basketball team because Brad Brownell's doing a pretty good job with recruiting. Some of the guys may not be able to play this year. They might have to play next year and sit out this year. But he's landing some pretty solid transfers to that Clemson team, and that starts with Khavon Moore, 6'7", 215, 4-star player from outside of Atlanta, Georgia. He committed on May 16th on his Twitter page, and he actually was a former top 50 recruit. And what I found out was he was the highest recruit that had ever committed to Texas Tech. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But let me play some film on him. Alan, you got any thoughts about him?
I like this kid. Obviously, he was a top recruit for a reason. You know, he signed with Texas Tech, broke his leg in January of 2018. Most people thought he was going to redshirt that year, and he ended up playing a couple minutes kind of out of nowhere, no stats recorded. So, you know, he's going to have to sit out this year unless he's granted a waiver to play. And right now, I think he's trying to say that he's got some family business that needs attended to, which may or may not be true. I think it's a combination of that and the fact that he didn't really like the way his non-redshirt was handled at Texas Tech. You know, long athlete, above average athleticism. You know, he finishes well at the rim and can do it with both hands. He handles the ball really well for a guy his size and distributes well as well. You know, he's got a decent looking 3-point shot. He's going to have to work on that to get a little more consistent in that, you know, in that area to be a good outside threat. He's added a good bit of weight since his high school days. Still got a ways to go. He's very skinny in the upper and lower body. So hopefully he'll get his waiver, be able to play immediately and kind of help fill that void, you know, left by Javen White transferring and Jonathan Baer having his torn ACL.
Yeah, he's not a guy that's going to be a post player, really. He's another one of those wing guys that likes to, you know, be really flashy with the 3-point shot and get you a dunk. But he does show a lot of really good skills on the defensive side of the ball. So I really enjoyed watching some of that from him. He had some controversy with that broken leg, like you were saying. He broke his leg in January 2018, and he kind of had some differences. Him and his mom and his family had some differences with how he was going through recovery. He actually even went on Twitter and was saying, hey, I'm ready to play. But the coach was trying to get him to do a medical red shirt and get back a year. And then they played him for like 2 minutes in a game that nobody thought, like they were like, why is he playing him? And then the coach was like, well, I can't play you the rest of this season. I can only play you a certain amount of time. And then I have to medical redshirt you. Well, that's when he came out on social media and said, hey, I'm ready to play. I'm 100%. I'm but then he didn't travel to Oklahoma game. So there was a lot of like drama on the inside. Bad drama for Texas Tech, good drama for Clemson because he ended up deciding, hey, I'm out of here and coming back closer to home and play for Clemson. If he plays for Clemson this year, I don't know if it's necessarily a bad thing that he doesn't, to be honest, because we just talked about a guy last week, Tevin Mack, and kind of very similar players there. And Tevin's only got 1 year, and it's this coming season, and that's it. And so this guy's got 3 years left, and so not really playing this year, I don't think is going to be that detrimental to the Clemson Tiger basketball team because they just kind of filled that wing position. And they already have like Hunter Tyson and some other guys that are going to fight for that wing type position. So I don't think it's necessarily the worst scenario if he doesn't play this year. But if you look at not the 2019-2020 season, but if you look at the 2020 to 2021 season, not this year but next, this team's going to be pretty good. I think Brownell's got a really solid point guard. He's got a bunch of really solid shooting guards. And he's got, obviously this guy is going to be a solid winger, I think. And we'll see what the post play goes, though. That's the big thing is we don't really know much about what Clemson's going to be able to do as far as down low in the post.
Yeah, absolutely. That's always a big question mark, especially, we've got a big body down there in Trey Jamison, but we don't really know what he can do because of his limited minutes, especially last year. He did not play very much. He got a little more towards the end of the year. Hopefully he can be that presence that we need in the middle for sure. But I'm with you. I like the point guards. I like Alamir Dawes and Chase Hunter coming in. I think they're going to be special. I think they're going to be as good as what we've had in the past couple of years with Mitchell and Reed. Really looking forward to what they can do and how they can develop.